Hey guys, welcome back to Regenerate, the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Suicide Prevention Month. That is today, it's this month, it's September, and it's going to be a sticky, conversation that we're going to have. But we're going to have it, and I'm going to give you some advice that I have taken of my own, and I've managed to heal from my mental health issues, and I've managed to get help that I needed, and I've managed to survive, and I've managed to love myself more than anything. So we're gonna get straight into it, and I have some questions that you guys have asked me, and I would also just like to say one thing. I've written it down because I needed to write it down to, but I'm gonna firstly start with just 3 simple words. Are you okay? Are you okay? You need to seriously think and sit and just realize if you're okay. Over 7,000 people take their life each year. 25% of them are mums, girlfriends, wives, sisters, daughters. 75% are dads, uncles, brothers, sons, nephews, boyfriends. A simple question can save somebody's life. Turn to someone and say, "Are you okay?" That will get people to speak about their issues. That will get people to talk to people, open up. 75% of the people that end up ending their life is men, because people say you're not man enough. When a guy turns to people and they go and talk to people about their issues, the main sentence is man up. Man up. What does that even mean? What does man up mean? Everyone has mental health issues. Everyone has the right to talk about them. But men, 75% of guys don't talk about their issues because they get told that they're not being man enough. And it's ridiculous to even think, and it's so difficult to talk about because it makes my heart hurt knowing that there are men out there that can't turn to people and talk about their issues and end up leaving their families with such grief. And it's the question after you lose someone, the question is why would they do this to themselves? But the real reason is because they didn't talk, they didn't open up, they didn't feel like they trusted people enough. They feel like they were just going to get more put down, but you're not going to. You just need to turn to the right people, and you need to trust the right people, and you need to manage to trust somebody, and you need to manage your own feelings. Telling someone isn't a bad thing. Talking to people about your feelings and your issues is never a bad thing. It's a milestone. If you turn to someone and go, "I'm struggling," that's a milestone. You being a day clean is a milestone. You being 2 hours clean is a milestone. Every day you have these milestones and you don't realise you have them because they're so small. But just because the milestones are small doesn't mean they don't mean anything. You waking up is a milestone. You having a shower is a milestone. You getting up and getting changed is a milestone. You brushing your hair is a milestone. You talking to someone on the phone and saying, "I'm worried about myself and my own well-being," is a milestone. Every day is a milestone, and you need to realise that, and you need to be proud of yourself. And being proud of yourself is a milestone. Loving yourself is a milestone. Every day people make milestones without noticing, and then they go back to bed and they think, "I haven't done anything today. I haven't made a milestone." Yes, you have. You woke up. You need to look at yourself and say, "I'm going to be fine." You may not think it in the moment. You may not think that you're going to be okay, but realistically, you are. You just need to trust yourself, and you need to sit there and say to yourself, "I'm going to be okay." Somebody can turn to you, and that's the main thing. You need someone to turn to you and go, "Are you okay?" to realise that you're actually not okay. When I was struggling with my mental health issues, somebody turned to me when I was in hospital. They turned to me and they go, "Are you okay?" I didn't say anything. The question shocked me and put me in such a whole, like, I froze. I felt like I wasn't in my body, and I cried. I cried and cried, and just a simple question can show you that somebody actually isn't okay. You can say to someone and go, I'm okay, I'm fine, but you can tell that they're actually not by the tone of their voice, by the way that their body is sending signals, by the way that they're looking around. You can tell someone isn't okay. Never okay to sit there and just be like, they're fine. They don't need my help. Everybody needs help. You just need to realise that you need to just say, I need help. I need help. It's so difficult to say when you're going through so much. It's so difficult to say that you're okay when you're not, but you still manage to say it. But you still manage to wake up every day. You are making a milestone every single day, and I am proud of you for doing that milestone. I am proud of who you are today. I am proud of every step that you have taken, because you're making a milestone and you're not realising it yourself, but I realise it. Many people around you realise it. But not talking about your issues is it's okay, but it's not okay. You need to speak up, and you need to realise that trusting people isn't actually that bad. You can trust some people. You can there's people that you can't trust, and there's people you can trust. You just need to find the people that you can trust. But yeah, that's what hurts me the most, is most of the suicide is men. It hurts me the most that there's any suicide at all, but most of it is men, and they don't talk about their issues and their feelings, and your feelings do matter. Don't feel like your feelings are unseen or unheard, because they are. They are heard, and they aren't unseen. They just need to be worded. They need to be worded, they need to be heard. They're not heard physically, but they're heard by people. People see that you're hurting. That's why they ask you, are you okay? And once you get asked that question, you're going to have this feeling in your throat that's going to stop you from talking about this sort of stuff. But it's okay to just be like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I need help with this. I have a addiction to this. I need help. It's okay to say I need help. You just need to realise when your time is to say I need help. It's never too late until it's too late. Do I call for help, or do I do this? That's going to help you, because it's going to release pain. But the pain, it's going to release pain for only so long. But this is going to help you by reaching out to your friends and your family. It's going to help you, because they're not going to ignore it. They're not going to sit there and say, you'll be fine. They're going to actually listen to you, and they're going to love you and care for you, and they're going to check up on you, and they're going to worry about you. But that's okay. It's okay to be worried about. You just need to know that you're surviving. You are surviving. Every day you survived. Even if you sat in bed all day, even if you didn't do anything, even if you didn't eat, or even if you didn't have a shower, you still survived that day. Every single day you're going to have a brick thrown at your head, the more and more and more you keep hiding it. So stop hiding it and just speak up. Speak up about your issues. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to be struggling. Just don't be ashamed that you're struggling. The main thing to also remember is you are loved by so many other people. You may not realise it, they may not show it, but you are loved. You are cared for. Everybody loves you. And the main thing that annoys me is people go, mental health issues isn't that bad. Anxiety isn't that bad. You say that until you go through it. I went through it. Everybody goes through mental health issues. Everybody goes through something that they're struggling with, that they feel like they need to reach out for help, but they feel like they can't, because they shut themselves down, so they don't speak. They can't find the words. They can't find the courage to talk about it. But mental health issues, you seem like it's not that bad until everyone else is asleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're just there by yourself in a dark room, and You've got you're useless, you're worthless, you're this, you're that. You deserve to end your life. You deserve not to be spoken. Like, you deserve to not get help. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. And then you sit there and you go, so end it. You think the only way to end this mental health issue that you have is by ending your life, but it's not. You can sit and talk to people, and you can sit there and you can distract yourself. Even if you don't want to talk to people, you can get the courage. You just have to. It's your brain. It's all in your brain, and you have to fight it. You have to physically fight yourself to get out of this situation. And you may think, I don't want to get out of this situation, but you do. You need to save your life, to save everybody else from losing a loved one. You may not think you're loved, but you are. You are precious. Your life is worth living. You are the person that you are today, so you can fix it. You can fix who you are. If you're mentally ill, you can just you can, but you can. You think you can't, but you can get up. You need to just fight your brain away, fight the thoughts away, keep fighting it. Don't harm yourself, don't do anything stupid, just fight it. You just sit there and just say, it's all in my head, it's all in my head, and it keeps circling and circling and circling, and it's going to get too much. It's going to get too much. But get up, take a deep breath, and look yourself in the mirror and go, I can do this. And distract your brain. When your brain is distracted, you won't think. You're not thinking. You don't know what's going on in your head. You don't know anything. You're doing something. Your brain's distracted. Your brain is no longer giving you these thoughts. Your brain is no longer sitting there saying, do this, do that, because you're doing something else. You're physically doing something else, but your brain is still going to mentally destroy you if you sit back down and don't distract yourself. See, most of the time when you have these thoughts, what are you doing? You're literally just sat in bed. You're scrolling through social media. You're not distracting yourself. You're just in your own thoughts. And you need to get up and not be in your own thoughts. And it's so easier said than done, but you can do it. You can get through this, and you can do it alone. I did it alone. And I'm here. And I couldn't be proud of myself. One day you're going to look back at yourself and be like, wow, I did it. I did that. I got through all of that. I survived that. And then you're going to look at your phone and you're going to see the days go up that you've been clean. And you're going to sit there and you're going to smile and you're going to be like, I did it. I did it. You may have a relapse. You may have a downfall. But you managed to get out of that. So if you go back in it, you can get out of it again. You just need to redo the process, and it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of healing. It's going to still hurt for a little bit, but it will hurt until it doesn't. And stopping it from hurting ending your life isn't going to stop it from hurting. It may for you, but for other people, you're giving that pain to somebody else. And if you can't handle that pain, then why would you want somebody else to go through it? And I'm not saying that you're selfish for doing it, because you're not. No way in hell are you selfish for doing it. You just think that it's the only coping mechanism that you have. But you can find another mechanism. You just need to figure out what your coping mechanism is, and you just need to keep and follow through with it. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust your own body to look after yourself. And it hurts to even talk about or think about, but it's okay to not be okay. So that is that. And it's so much easier said than done. But suicide isn't a joke, and mental health isn't a joke. And in no way in how will I ever sit there and laugh about somebody hurting themselves or you know, like some people do. People tell people to do it, and it's horrible. I don't understand why people do it. Why they sit there and be like, you know, do this, do that. I don't know how you can sleep at night when you're telling people to do that, because, you know, it's, if somebody actually went through with it, then that's on you for the rest of your life. And you gave their last push. You gave them the last little shove. But yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys have asked me to answer. Some questions are about boys. Some questions are about mental health. So sorry, I'm really tired. Yeah, some people have asked me questions about boys, exes, situationships. Some people have asked me personal questions, and some people have also asked me about mental health issues and just asked me some mental health questions as well. But yeah, so let's start off with the questions about me. There's only 3, so I'm gonna ask them. How old are you and where are you from? I'm 18. I'm Jenna Moores, and I'm from the UK, and I was born here. It's a pretty shit place. It always rains, you know, all that jazz. Number 2, if you could dye your hair any colour, what would it be? Green. It's a weird like thing, but ever since Billie Eilish did her hair with like black and green, I thought it looked bloody sick. But I've never done it because would I suit green hair? No. But it's definitely a colour that I would definitely dye my hair one day. Maybe when I was like maybe when I'm like an old granny and just, you know, just I would dye my hair green. It's a funny little question actually. I would love to dye my hair also rainbow. This is your sign. Go get some food and go eat. Food is your fuel. You need to eat, and you're pretty, so eat food. This is a coffee cake my mum made. So good. Such a good cake. My mum's really good at baking. It's ridiculous how good she is. Well, I'm ripping it apart. So good. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? Australia. I love the idea of living in Australia. In Australia. I'm not sure why. I hate spiders. I hate insects. But I would love to live in Australia. Sorry, this cake is so freaking good. That's so good. But yeah, I would live in Australia. I love Australia. I just think it's such a nice place, especially Sydney. That's such a nice place. It's got like that little arch place in it, hasn't it? And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like, let me look it up quickly because I'm eating cake. Let me look it up and I'll show you guys what I mean. It's like what's it called? Opera house. Oh my god, no. Yeah, I want to see that. That's my dream place to go. Dream place to travel to, dream place to live. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to, you know, just be there. But I don't know why. It just is. How many kids do you want? My mum asked me this question the other day. My max is 4. My max is 4 kids. I want 3. I want 2 boys and 1 little girl. I want 2 boys first, and then a girl. But yeah, I want 3 kids, but 4 is my max. But I'm a twin, so I don't know if I'll end up having twins, but I probably will. I'm not sure. And this question isn't actually about me. I don't think there's any more questions about me. But let's go on to the next question. How come you started a podcast? I love talking. I literally love talking. I love helping people and Like, I just love being in front of a camera, and I've loved it since I was little. I used to make like little YouTube videos. Make like little YouTube videos when I was little, and I would make little YouTube videos with my cat and stuff like that, and I'd post them, and I'd tell people to go subscribe to me in school. But then I got bullied, and I didn't touch any YouTube or anything. There's still videos up actually, but I'm not gonna let you guys know the accounts on that because that's well embarrassing. I'm not having you guys see that. Anyway, what's the best mindset to have when going to school so you don't get distracted? This is really difficult because I misbehaved in school. I misbehaved in school so much. The best mindset to have is think about your future. Think about what you want to do. GCSEs don't define you. GCSEs doesn't mean that you're going to fail in life. I have no GCSEs. I got none. Your grades don't matter. Just make sure you're doing yourself proud. If you're doing yourself proud, then that is okay. That is enough. And don't worry about making other people proud. Who cares? Who cares what people think? Just make sure you're doing yourself proud. If you're proud of yourself, then it doesn't really matter. But the main thing to do is go to school with a great mindset. Like, you've only got 6 hours. 6 hours of hell, I know, but you just got to think. Don't act bad or misbehave just because somebody else is. Do you get what I mean? Like, don't put on a show. Be who you are. Be yourself. You know, who cares? If you're being yourself and that's misbehaving, go for it, mate. Who cares? That is you. That is you as a person, and that doesn't define you. That doesn't make you any less of a person than you are. But that is my advice with that. I didn't really behave in school, so I didn't really listen in school either, so, you know. I don't know what number this is. I'm just going to stop saying numbers. How to deal with a breakup. Lord. Block them. Don't talk to them. Don't chase them. Don't sit there and think, oh, he's broken up with me, but he'll be back. Don't think like that. Just have your self-worth, have self-love, and just be like, it's okay. These things happen. If you're not meant to be, then you're not meant to be. But if you're meant to be, then it will be. It will come back. But it will come back healthier and it'll come back stronger. That's my personal advice. If you guys break up and it's over something pathetic, then you are most likely to get back together. But you just need to give it time. You need to give each other space to breathe. You can't stop going at each other and being like, oh, I love you too, and then let's get back together. Stop doing that. Stop chasing people that, you know, like, you broke up for a reason. If you guys really are supposed to be with each other, then let God do its thing and let God just put you back together. And if you're not supposed to be together, then you're not supposed to be together, and you will get through that and you will heal from that, and then you'll get with a different guy and the same thing might happen, but you've been through it. So it's like, it's so difficult to even speak about with breakups and stuff like that, because my breakups, we always ended up on hatred for each other because we just didn't know how the relationship would even end. We had so much hatred for each other because it was never even, there was not enough communication there. But that's the main thing you need in relationships: communication, loyalty, and trust. It basically just communication, loyalty, and trust. 3 things you need: communication, loyalty, and trust. That's the only thing you need. And if you don't have one of them, it's not going to work. It's not. It's the sad truth of it. If you don't have communication, trust, or loyalty, it's not going to work. It's easiest. It's just so hard to talk about breakups with me, because I'm not exactly a relationship advice person, because I don't take my own advice. I just do it. I just think, if I love someone and I fight for them, that is enough for me. If somebody loves you and fights for you, that's enough. But it's not enough, because you need to make sure, if they love you and they're fighting for you, you need to also make sure that they're loyal and that they know how to communicate and that they trust you. That's the only thing. And before you get back with somebody, sorry, I've got something in my eye and I don't know what it is. Before you get back with somebody, make sure that you trust them. make sure that the communication is going to be there, and make sure that there is loyalty there, because otherwise you're just wasting your time, and you're too young to waste your time. Like, every day is a learning curve. You're going to learn something new every day, and it's so hard to just say block him, because we've all been there. All of us girls have been there. All of us girls have sat there and been like, oh, I'm going to block him, and then you just unblock him, and it's just, you're in this loop. You'll learn by yourself. You'll learn on your way. Every day is a learning curve. You have a learning curve, literally, like, you learn something new every day, and it's so, I don't know what the word is, but it's so hard to give people advice. It's so hard to give somebody advice on a breakup, especially because you don't know why they broke up. You don't know what actually happened. So if you want to end things on good terms, then end things on good terms. If you want to end things on bad terms, then do it, but don't do it in a pathetic way. Don't start making TikToks about each other. Don't start posting about each other. Like, if you hate each other, just hate each other. Don't talk to each other if you hate each other. I don't understand it. And don't get back with each other if you hate each other, because that's just not worth it in my eyes. Like, why are you getting back with him if you hate him? I don't get it. This is about mental health. We're gonna go on to the mental health ones now. Actually, we're gonna ask this one. What do you do if your ex keeps trying to get back with you, and then when you do, he is nice for like a week and then blocks you? Block him. It's so easier said than done. How have I just said that? Yeah. It's just try and move on. Try and realise that he doesn't actually like you. I'm not gonna sit here and feed your delusions. If he liked you and he loved you and he wanted a relationship with you, he wouldn't do that. He would show that he actually does, and he would not do that. He would not sit there and block you and act nice for this amount of time and then just be like, fuck you, mate, I'm gonna go do this. That's not what men do. It is what men do in this generation, but he knows this is what he's doing. He's literally running away from you, and then he turns around, sees if you're still there, and if you're there, he lets you come in. He lets you come back into his life, and then he gets you all wrapped around his finger, right? And then he's off, and then he turns around, looks if you're still there, and he just does it all over and over again. That is what a guy does. He knows that you will come back. If he can't find better, he has you. He has you. If he can't find a girl that fills all his standards, he has you, because you're still stood there waiting for him to come back. And one day, you're not going to be there. So he will come back and he will realise you're not there, right? And then he'll be like, shit, what do I do? Like, what do I do? She's gone. She's fed up. She's fed up with this. And then he'll realise that was it. You weren't the person for him, because you don't like this coming back and forth and coming back and forth. You're not going back and forth. You're standing there waiting for him to come back. And it's wrong. Like, you shouldn't be sat there standing there waiting for him to come back. Know your self-worth. Know your love for yourself. You are too pretty and too beautiful to have a mug of a guy come up to you and just swing back and forth. It's wrong. It's wrong. Because while you're waiting there and he's got you blocked, who else is he talking to? Who else is he going out and meeting up with? You don't know. He could be meeting up with another girl, and that girl wasn't good enough for him. So he comes back to you because he knows you're waiting. That's how it is. And I'm not going to sit here and feed your delusions. And I'm sorry that I've had to say that to you, because I love the girl who's actually sent me this message. But that is how it is. Oh my god. I bet you I look really fat doing that. That's really good cake, mother. Especially the bottom bit. It's got icing on the bottom of it. Really good cake. I'm getting it all over my bed though. Oops. Right, on to the mental health questions. Who do you speak to when you're struggling, and how to get over panic attacks? Let's start with the panic attacks. When you have a panic attack, you just got to think, what can you hear, what can you taste, and what can you feel, and what can you touch, right? If you're at school, school's a good example because that's panic attacks, school, social anxiety, understandable. If you're anywhere, right, mainly school, let's use school as an example. If you're in school and you're in the toilets and you're having a panic attack, think, what can you see? And then tell yourself what you can see, and then think, what can I taste? And then tell yourself what you can taste, right? And then go feel something. Do this, right? What can you feel? You can feel your skin. And then you will realise that you're calming down because you're focusing on something else. You don't need to focus on your breathing. Well, you do, but you need to just distract yourself. You need to think. If you're looking for something to tell yourself that you can see, your brain is looking for something, right? You are distracting yourself. It's all about distraction. You need to just think about stuff. Nothing like, if you're sat there, right, and you're panicking, you're having a panic attack, just think. The 3 main questions: what can you feel, what can you taste, and what can you see? And I think there's a 4th one. You can use the 4th one, actually. I use the 4th one quite a lot. It's what can you smell? It's 4 questions, actually. What can you smell? What can you see? What can you taste? And what can you see? I used it all the time when I had panic attacks in school, and it always worked, and I loved it, and I don't have panic attacks anymore. And even if I did, that's the first thing I would think of. I got it from one of my teachers at school. They caught me having a panic attack, and they just asked me them 4 questions. They didn't ask me anything else. They didn't ask me what was wrong. They just went straight to them questions, and it was the best 4 questions that I've ever remembered. And that was in year 8, and I'm now in year 14. Well, I'm not even in any year, I'm not in school. But yeah, it's a really good question, and I shout out to that teacher because honestly, she's a good teacher. Oh my god. Who to speak to when you're struggling? Who to speak to when you're struggling? Someone you trust, and someone you love a lot, and somebody who's not going to use what you say as gossip. Use what you're struggling with as gossip, because it's not gossip. It's something that you are struggling with and you've reached out to somebody. Make sure that they don't use it as gossip. Make sure they don't use it against you either. It's like so hard to find somebody like that, but in this generation especially. But make sure it's somebody who cares about you, and maybe a family member, or maybe a sibling, or an older sibling maybe, because if it's a younger sibling then they may not understand it, but an older sibling does work. And yeah, an adult, or maybe a best friend. Sometimes all you need is just a rant. You don't need to, you can literally just sit there and say everything, and they could say nothing back, but you still got it off your chest. So it will help a lot just to even just get it off your chest. I know it helped me quite a lot. Right. Last question. How do I help myself when struggling with my mental health issues because of people talking about my insecurities? They're talking about your insecurities because they're insecure themselves. This is how I see it. If you get in an argument with someone and they mention that something that you're insecure about, or something that has something to do with your body, it's because they have nothing else against you. So they decide to mention your body and mention the way you look because they have nothing else to say about you. I would rather have somebody call me fat, or somebody call me anything under the sun about my look or my body, instead of turning to me and actually saying something about, I don't know, something that I've been through, or using something against me that I have opened up to someone about. I would rather have them judge my body. I would, because it's easier to shrug off. it's easier said than done, but it's easier to shrug off, and it's easier to just sit there and say, I'm perfect, I'm beautiful, instead of going, how have they just used that against me? I have nothing to say about that. But yeah, and don't forget, you are beautiful and you are loved. But the way you look does not define you. You are beautiful. You are. People may not say it. People always has something to say. People always are gonna say something. And you know what you just got to do? You just got to prove them wrong for yourself. Make yourself proud. Love yourself. Because when you start to love yourself, you'll realise not many people are gonna actually say anything else to you about your insecurities and about your looks, because they realise that it doesn't get to you anymore. Like, it doesn't. You've got to have confidence in yourself to get rid of people's hate and backlash. And it's so easier said than done. It actually is. The amount of times I've said this in this podcast is ridiculous, but it is. It's like, if somebody hates you, right, and you actually have something against them, you're going to choose to say that instead of saying, you're this, you're that, you look like this. You are. Because saying someone's looks weird or whatever is less wrong than saying and using something against them, if that makes sense. If you understand what I mean, I hope you understand what I mean, because that does sound really wrong. But yeah, it's like, yeah. And as you grow up, they're not going to be in your life anymore. So don't let them affect who you are. Don't let them put your life on hold. Because when you're older, it's not going to affect you. But it's not going to affect you unless you let it. Don't let people's comments get to you, because then you're not controlling your life. They are. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. My iPad died. But yeah, I am going to end this podcast here. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and yeah, trust me, there will be more. But yeah, also, I have been told to join this group call just so everyone can say hi. Say hi.
No, she ordered me flowers. Hi! I paid for this. No, I paid for this.
But yeah, guys, anyways, now that my friends have said hi, don't forget to love yourself and love everybody around you. And don't forget to ask the question, are you okay? And don't forget, your every day is a milestone, and you're doing everybody proud, and you're doing yourself proud, and you should be proud of yourself, of who you are today. But yeah, love you. Bye.